Life is in living. It is not a thing, it is a process. There's no way to attain to life except by living it, except by being alive, by flowing, streaming with it. If you are seeking the meaning of life in some dogma, in some philosophy, in some theology, that is the sure way to miss life and the meaning. Life is not somewhere waiting for you. It is happening in you. It is not in the future as a goal to be arrived at. It is here now, this very moment, in your breathing, circulating in your blood, beating in your heart. Whatsoever you are is your life. And if you start seeking meaning somewhere else, you will miss it. Man has done that for centuries. Concepts have become very important. Explanations have become very important. Nobody can give you the meaning of your life. It is your life. So the meaning also has to be yours. No one except you can come upon it. Only in living with the mystery, living with it, the mystery will reveal to you. The first thing to understand is don't seek it somewhere else. Don't seek it in the scripture, in the clever explanation. They don't explain it. They simply stuff your empty mind. They don't make you aware of what is. And the more the mind is stuffed with dead knowledge, the more dull, the stupid we become. The weight is on them. And it strengthens our ego, but it does not give life. It does not show the way. Life is already there, bubbling within you. It can be contracted only there, contacted only there. The temple is not outside. You are the shrine of it. So the first thing to remember, if you want to know what life is, never seek outside. Never try to find from someone else. The meaning cannot be transferred that way. The greatest of the greatest master have never said anything about life that way. They have always thrown you back upon yourself. Always. The second thing to remember is, once you know what life is, that life is yours, and the death is also yours. Death is also part of the same process. Normally we think death comes at the end. We think death is against life, and we think death is the enemy. But death is not the enemy. And if you think death as the enemy, it simply shows you have not been able to know what life is. Death and life are two polarities of the same energy. The day and the night, summer and the winter, they are not separated. They are not opposite. They are not enemies. They complement each other. Death is not the end of life. In fact, it is the completion of life, the climax, the final. And once you know your life and its process, then you understand what death is. That is so organic and integrated part of your life. It is very friendly to life. Without life, this cannot exist. Life exists actually because of death. Death gives you the background. Death, in fact, is the process of renewal. It happens every moment. The moment you breathe in, the moment you breathe out, you breathe in, life happens. You breathe out, deaths happen. That's why when the child is born, the first thing he does is breathe in. Breathe in. And then the life starts. And when the old man is dying, the last thing he does is breathe out. The life departs. Breathing out is death. Breathing in is life. They are like two wheels of the bullock cart. You live by breathing in as much as you live by breathing out. One who can understand what life is allows death to happen. We welcome it. We die every moment. And if you look into life, you will be able to know what death is. And if you understand what death is, only then you are able to understand what life is. We think we always desire life and we avoid death. How can you avoid death? We always think of the way to protect ourselves against death. That's a silly idea. We all have to depart one day. And when you are afraid of dying, you are afraid of exhaling. And you simply drag your life, drag it. If you really want to live, you have to be ready to die. Who is dying? Who is afraid of dying in you? Tell me. Who is afraid of dying? Is life afraid of dying? No. It's the ego in you that is afraid of dying. Life and death are not opposite. Ego and death are opposite. Life and death are not opposite. Life is not against death. Ego is against both life and death. The ego is afraid to live, and the ego is afraid to die. It is afraid to live because each effort, each step towards life brings death closer. If you live, you're coming closer to dying. The ego, of course, is afraid of that. And then the ego is afraid of living too. So what happened in our society? There are many people who neither are alive nor dead. They are simply dragging their life. And that's the meaning of what Jesus says, carry your own cross. You will have to carry your own cross. And what does that mean? Simply is you will have to carry your own death continuously. Everybody has to die each moment. Your cells are changing and dying each moment. And whenever you come to a total moment of aliveness, suddenly you will see death is there also. So try to understand this game of your ego, beware. It is just your ego playing that game onto you. The moment you are awakened, you realize death and life, you cross that topic. Blessing to you.